So today I need to transition from Laguz to a new rune. That was always my intention. That's what I'm going to do. But before I do that, I suppose I just need to add some final commentary regarding Laguz. Because probably the last 12 hours haven't been the best 12 hours in some regards. It's worth noting for, prosperity. Obviously, this is my first transition from my first rune to moving towards taking upon myself the second rune, whatever that is. So last night, I guess there's a little bit of doubt about how to do things or how I wanted to do things. And I settled sort of for last night being the last night that Laguz was under my pillow, and that this morning I'd be leaving that behind in a personal space. It's not rejoining my rune bag. My runes will not be together again until I complete this journey. And perhaps the doubt and insecurity has affected me. I mean, I didn't have the best night's sleep. Dream-wise, it was very much let my insecurities have their head a bit and sort of just ping a couple of things. Obviously I've left home this morning, leaving behind that rune. It's the first time I've not had it on my person for the week, and I don't feel particularly great. So I'm keen to draw the second rune to move forward, but I also need to acknowledge that some of these things could just be my own mind sort of giving me some doubt, and maybe I'm just sort of, my body is reacting to having just been away for a weekend and a lot of rich food and that, and kind of in that sort of hangover stage of readjusting, going back to normal life. So I don't want to look at dreams of insecurity and feeling a little bit naff to go, it's all about the rune. I don't want to discount it. I've got a lot of reflection to do, a lot of decisions to make in this reflection on how I conclude or move or transition from one rune to the other and what I'm going to do. That's my decision to make, and I have to follow my instincts on this. Yes, there are some guidance in practicing, not a lot. I mean, it's all sort of open to interpretation, and my interpretation for me is the most important. And I'd say also to add here as a final sort of dwelling on Laguz is that it's very much a rune of flow and mystery and patience, and it's as a symbol, it's just that I think I'm going to remember this symbol for a very long time, and if there's a image I want to sort of adhere to, is that for Laguz seems very much in this moment in particular, it's the gentle hand raise, as if to say, calm, it will be okay. You can work through this. I will work through this. I will understand. And like any journey, there are trials and tribulations, things to overcome, and at this stage of making this transition to the new rune I'm going to draw in a minute, there's always going to be a little bit of disruption. Disruption is probably the best word to make. I've adjusted to having Laguz. It's still sort of connected to me, and I can acknowledge that I've connected to that particular rune, and now that's at home and I'm in West London, so I'm quite a way away from it, and to have some sort of separation from it and to feel it, I think is fair and to be expected, and for me to deal with. So that's mostly concluding that first week, and now we have to move to the second week, to the drawing of the second rune and seeing what happens with that. Obviously I've established a course of how I want to do things, and really with this transition, that's the final sort of establishment for now, mostly. I'm not saying it's everything, it's not. Like I say, got a few things to dwell on, a few decisions just to make, but I can't dwell on that too much. What I do need to do is to draw my second rune and then sort of see what happens. So obviously Laguz is not back in here. Don't intend it to be back in here, not for a long time. So let's see what I get. Let's just dig deep and see what it is. That's here. It's here. Oh, okay. X marks the spot. Okay, for those of you that know your runes, probably going ooh, and I do look forward to friends sort of giving me that knowing look. I mean, that's one of the things with the Laguz rune. It's very comforted in some way by the looks of people sort of being intrigued and knowing, having seen the first rune that was drawn, and now this is my second rune drawn, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to drop this into my wallet so it's now with me for the week, and we'll see what happens. So, second rune drawn, and the journey continues. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.